Hi, I'm Jeremy Manasia, and I'm here to talk about my new record called Metamorphosis, which will be coming out on May 6th on Rondette Jazz Records. So, Metamorphosis is my fifth record as a leader. My first four records were trio records, and the last three records were also collaborations with Charles Ruggiero and Barack Mori. And so, this record is going to be the first of a series of records that all have different guests on them. And when I was talking with the cats about who we should get, we all immediately, our first choice for everyone was Peter Bernstein. So Peter Bernstein is slowly becoming a who's who of jazz history in his young years. He's played with the greatest masters that you can imagine, from Sonny Rollins to Lou Donaldson to Lonnie Smith, and has also made some very important recordings with his own trio with Larry Goldings and Bill Stewart, which began way back in the early '90s at the Uptown Club, where I used to see him a lot. Also, a club called Augie's. So you had Augie's Uptown, you had the Village Gate downtown, and you had the cats from the New School downtown and the cats from Manhattan School uptown, and we were all mingling and collaborating. And so my relationship with Peter, I don't have as much time spent with him musically as I do with Charles and Barack, but we go back for 25 years or so. Charles Ruggiero is one of my oldest friends. We met in 1990, I think, at college. We quickly became excellent friends and have been musical collaborators ever since. And Barack Mori is a very in-demand, wonderful bass player that is very hard to nail down, because he's always seemed to lock down some excellent gigs where he's on the road all the time. I think that you will be very pleased with the way that this record sounds. It has a very warm and just a natural acoustic sound, which you don't really hear too much these days. Metamorphosis is kind of the whole vibe of the record. It's a medium swinger. It's got a great melody. It's got a great intro, and some cool little counter lines that the piano and bass play. And it's just a really fun tune to play over. So something else I wanted to start doing with this series of special guest records was not only spotlight my original compositions, but also get more into some standard playing and some other people's music. And so that's on this record with the tune Nancy with the Laughing Face, which is a beautiful ballad that maybe some of you have heard before, but we decided to play it long form in a medium swinging tempo, and Peter plays the hell out of the melody, and it's just a very swinging example of how Charles and Barack hook up. Wheatley Hall is one of those tunes that if you just hear the melody, it's very hard for you to find where the beat is. And to be completely honest, this tune messed me up for about 20 years. I remember a friend playing it for me the first time, and it's one of those tunes where you hear it on the opposite side of the beat. So I finally got it, finally learned this tune, and I wrote an arrangement for it that includes the original introduction and outro that Dizzy Gillespie wrote. Actually, the interesting thing about witchery was that I knew that I wanted the title to have something to do with a witch, and there's almost everything was taken. I mean, witchcraft, witch hunt. There's a million tunes that have witch in it already. Maybe not a million, but there's a lot of tunes that have witch. So I finally had to find a word, and I found a word, and that's the word witchery, and that's the name of the tune. So Over Easy is a tune that has a very uppity kind of Latin groove to it. It's also been a tune that I've noticed has been a drummer's favorite. With different drummers that I play with tend to really like this tune. So if you're a drummer, pay attention to this tune, because I think you're gonna like it. Sweet Child is also written for someone that I knew, and their last name, in the language of their last name, literally translated to Sweet Child. So it was a perfect title. Every song on this record is a complete take. There are no edits. There's no splicing. What you hear from the beginning to end on every take is the actual performance as it happened in that little recording room with 4 microphones, essentially recording us in the simplest way possible. Thank you everybody for taking the time to watch this. Remember, on May 6th, 2016 is the release for Metamorphosis. I think it's a really great record, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very grateful for all the work that everybody has put in to making this record come out, and I think you're going to really like it. So I look forward to seeing you out there.